the very best of luck. As we look at Great Lakes Caster now, let us give you a rundown of the number of boats in each class entered in today's race. In C class, it's 7 boats, B class 12, S 7, and in Class A, 20 boats. 49 boats in all entered in today's race, a lot less than Wednesday morning, so you can see how much damage was sustained and how many boats are out of today's race, the Sunday morning's race. 49 boats entered in all. Now as we look at more boats here, A75, very shortly, we will be airborne. Now, as you can see, we are airborne over the milling area, getting ready for the beginning of this 1995, the second leg of the Key West World Championships. Our helicopter pilots for today are Dan Crow and Russell Kilpatrick. Our freeze-frame video production crew, Gary and Nancy Johnson. Also special thanks to Jim Kynes and Peter Magnetti. Very shortly, we will bring you the beginning of this 1995 Key West World Championships as we are over the milling area. Boats getting ready. We're on board now, B-88, Obsession. With Bob Bowman with the helmet cam. There you see the shots right there, beginning here before this race. Shots of the waters here in the milling area. Nice job there by our helmet cam operator, Bob Bowman. They took a third place in Wednesday's race, B-88 Obsession, and have a real good chance to win the World Championship if they do well today. On this 37 brand new Outer Limits built on Long Island, New York, powered by MRD Inboards, Harry Turner and crew, B-88 Obsession. All right, now as the boats get ready to start, let us tell you that the laps have been drastically cut in half because of the rough waters and the need for the television hookup to Argentina in this afternoon's race. In the A and S class, they'll be going for 30 miles, 3 laps apiece. B and C, 50 miles, 5 laps apiece. Now they're getting ready here for the second leg, the A, B, C, and S boats. Just moments away from the beginning of this race. With the Outer Limits pace boat on the outside, let's give you the lineup here before this race starts. It's Courageous Cat, Secret Agent, Cutting Edge, Sudden Impact, Conk Attack, and Outcast on the very front. Getting ready now. A few moments away for the big green flag. Second leg. We've got the green flag now. This 1995 Key West World Championship second leg has begun, and it's Zuba 777, 7 up the Uncola, and Sudden Impact, the early leaders. Everyone off to a great start. No Mercy coming up in C class. Looking downfield, it's 7 up the Uncola, Harris 777, and Sudden Impact. They're your leaders right now. 7 up Harris and Sudden Impact. C-boat's going 50 miles. There's Sudden Impact there on the inside. And the S-boat's 30 miles. Short race. Water's not as choppy as they thought they were going to be. Good racing here in the early moments of this second leg. 7 up, Harris and Sudden Impact. Looking downfield, their boats are spreading out now. 7 up the Uncola taking the lead. Out in front. 7 up the Uncola, the leader. S7. Looking downfield is Conk Attack coming up quickly. Conk Attack trying to close the gap with 7 up the Uncola. Looking downfield, it's Cutting Edge and Outcast coming up. Good race here, lots of good competition. We've got Conk Attack, 7 up, Cutting Edge and Outcast, and Harris on the far outside. Seven up, Conk Attack, Cutting Edge, Sudden Impact, and Harris 777. There's 7 up and Conk Attack battling it out here in the early moments. 7 up the Uncola going to the lead. 28-foot Douglas Skater powered by 2 200-horse-powered Mercury outboards. Aboard driver Richard Ginsburg from Fort Lauderdale. Driverman Don Smith also from Fort Lauderdale. 7 up the Uncola took a second place in Wednesday's race. They have a first place in the APBA stock class for 95 and a first in the prop series. Some of the sponsors include 7 up the Uncola, of course, Fujifilm, Marty's Complete Automotive, also PCM Securities, Lupermatic Advanced Marketing Solutions, Topia Mobile Telecommunications, Capizano Marine Insurance. Special thanks to Joe Campazano. Lots of sponsors helping out to make this 7-Up the Uncola a great racing team, highly competitive, and right now the leader in S-Class. Richard Ginsburg and Don Smith aboard this 28-foot Douglas Skidder. Second place in Wednesday's race, right now the leader in S. S9 Cutting Edge, a 30-foot motion powered by 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. The driver Alan Butler from Corpus Christi, Texas. Throttle Gary Ballou from Boca Raton, Florida. There on the outside is 7-Up the Uncola. On the inside it's Cutting Edge. S9, the battle for first. Aboard Cutting Edge, Alan Butler and Gary Ballou. Alan from Corpus Christi, Gary from Boca Raton, Florida. Battle here between Cutting Edge and 7-Up the Uncola. Not much space really between these two highly competitive boats. Bow-to-bow racing here. Cutting Edge and 7-Up the Uncola. This is it, the World Championship. The second leg, their final chance for a world crown. Letting it all hang out. S9, 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. They're dead even. Great competition. Concattack on the inside. Concattack on the inside now. Going around the first turn. Concattack the leader in the first turn. They're Concattack, 7-Up the Uncola, and Cutting Edge. The S-boat's only going 3 laps, 30 miles because of the shortened course. So this is a quick one, and Concattack has the edge right now. Cutting Edge and 7-Up the Uncola. Seven Up the Uncola S7. On the inside, S71 Outcast, a 30-foot motion in second place right now with Concattack on the outside. Outcast is powered by 2.5 EFIs. The driver Mike Hidalgo from Miami, Florida. Throttleman Jose Laszlo, also from Miami. Outcast S71 battling with Concattack on the outside. A 30-foot motion against a 30-foot Spectra. This 30-foot motion, brand new for the 1995 racing season. Took a 5th place in Wednesday's race. Outcast S71. Battling for first here in S-Class. Many spectators there as we go through Mallory Square. Watching from the Pier House and the Ocean Key West House, as well as the Hyatt. Overcast day. Outcast in first place there in Mallory Square. Second place is Concattack. Outcast has a motion, and the motions have done very well in these races. They took a first and second place in P class. Utterly fantastic for the second in M. and Team Stalker a 4th in S-Class. And right now is Outcast in first place in S71. It's a 30-foot motion. There's Conk-A-Tack on the inside. Conk-A-Tack and Outcast battling it out. As you can see, they're very close together. Conk-A-Tack coming up a first-place finish in Wednesday's race. Conk-A-Tack, Outcast on the outside. Coming up, 7 Up and Cutting Edge. Looking downfield there, coming out of Mallory Square. 7 Up and Cutting Edge, not far behind. And as we look forward, Conk-A-Tack and Outcast. Looking back, there's Courageous Cat C3, a 28-foot Cougar powered by 2.5 AFIs. Simon Taylor and Scott Greer aboard Courageous Cat, 28-foot Cougar. Now let's go with Team Stalker S8 as it's coming up. It's a 30-foot motion powered by 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. The driver, Craig Mars, throttleman Tim Steiner, took a 4th place in Wednesday's race. This boat is rigged and throttled and maintained by Tim Steiner of Naples, Florida. The brand new 30-foot motion, twin Mercury 200s. Special thanks to Edwin Shear and everyone over at Motion Powerboats. War paints for the graphics and Brookside Marina, as well as Smilin' Jack's Performance Center. Team Stalker S8. Another 30-foot motion running extremely well in these bumpy waters here off of Key West. Took a 4th in Wednesday's race. Still has a real good chance here at the World Championships if it runs well today. Craig Morris and Tim Steiner, driver and throttleman. Powered by 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. As we slide left, there is Courageous Cat C3, a 28-foot Cougar, powered by 2.5 EFI. The driver, Simon Taylor, throttleman Scott Greer. As we look forward, there's Team Stalker S8, a 30-foot motion. Back to Courageous Cat, a 28-foot Cougar. Handling the bumpy waters very well right now, as is Team Stalker S8 with Craig Morris and Tim Steiner aboard, a 30-foot motion. Team Stalker. Back to Courageous Cat, a 28-foot Cougar. A battle going on here between these two boats. Of course, Team Stalker and S boat, Courageous Cat C3. The Courageous Cat racing team would like to give special thanks to Shauna Stanton, Director of Marketing and Sponsorships from 92 to 95. Also Dave McFadden, the crew chief from 94 to 95. Now this team has placed nationally every year 3rd or higher in stock class, with the exception of 1994, where they had a 4th place for the first year in C class. Again, ranked 3rd nationally for 1995. Now the sponsors for Courageous Cat include Cafe L'Europe Restaurant in Sarasota, Dolphin Aviation in Sarasota, Comfort Inn in Key West, Galleon Resort in Key West, and Perry's Restaurant in Key West. It's Courageous Cat C3, and on the outside, Team Stalker S8. A battle here between a C and an S boat, a motion and a Cougar. Nice throttling job there. Scott Greer, owner throttleman. The driver is Simon Taylor. He's from Bermuda. Previous driver of Team Vision Video from Bermuda. Coming off a third-place finish on Wednesday with a real good shot of the World Championship as B-88 Obsession at 37-foot outer limits. Powered by two 650-horsepower MRD inboards. The driver, Harry Turner from East Falmouth, Mass. Throttle Mike Fiore from Long Island. Navigator Bob Bowman, also from Falmouth, Massachusetts. Now, the team organized and led by Harry Turner, owner and driver. Harry is a successful businessman on the North Shore of Boston. Started professionally offshore racing in 1992. He was awarded Rookie Driver of the Year. Since then, his team and boats have been consistently at the front of the pack. 1995 brought together a seasoned crew with new technology. The hull is a new design developed by Outer Limits of East Moriches, Long Island, New York. With the boat came the builder, designer, and throttleman Mike Fiore. MRD Industries of Ronkonkoma, Long Island has been building championship engines for many years, and the Obsession crew is thrilled to have their team on board. Bob Bowman, who by the way is our helmet man, our helmet cam man today, is in that unique seat aft of Harry and Mike and carries on the navigation duties. As we said, he's our cameraman for freeze-frame video aboard Obsession today. As we see Mr. Technology on the outside, as we're heading into Mallory Square, soon we'll be going on board Obsession B-88. Special thanks to the crew chief, Steve Handel, also John Turner, Harry's son, and Jerry Daniels. Now, Harry was so impressed with his Outer Limits race hull that he opened the exclusive Northeast dealership in Lynn, Massachusetts, appropriately named Obsession Boat Sales. Going into Mallory Square, B-88 Obsession. And now we are on board with the helmet cam at the start of the race. And there you see Instigator on the outside. Instigator with Joe Scrow and Peter Meyer at the start of this race. Instigator on the outside. B-88 Obsession at the green flag. Back to a helicopter shot now in Mallory Square. But going back in time, there you can see the start of the race with Instigator on the outside. Bob Bowman, our helmet cam man, getting a good view. And there you see Harry Turner and Mike Fiore. MRD inboards doing their job. Pair of 650 horsepower MRDs. MRD out on Eastern Long Island does also all the maintenance for this boat. MRD out on Eastern Long Island for all your high performance needs. MRD, Marine Research and Development. Back to a helicopter shot. Obsession off to a great start. Bob Bowman doing a great job as we head into Mallory Square. There's Mr. Technology on the outside. Out in front, it's B-88 Obsession on the inside. In third place in Wednesday's race. Real good chance for the World Championships right here in this Sunday morning race. Harry Turner, Mike Fiore, and Bob Bowman with our helmet cam on. Getting a cockpit view of this race. Mr. Technology on the outside, B-88 now, picking up some slack, picking up some room. Many spectators in the background, as you can see, watching this event. Great vantage point here in Mallory Square. Mr. Will Smith, Dutch Savory, and Ron Poley in Mr. Technology. 34-foot Phantom on the outside. B-88 now Obsession pulling away slightly. Just about even, though, picking up some room. Still dead even, as you can see. Bow-to-bow racing here in Mallory Square. This is as close as these spectators are going to see it. Terrific, highly competitive racing here between these two boats. Going around the turn, it's Obsession on the inside. Mr. Technology on the outside. Mr. Technology, a wide turn there. Uh-oh, having some problems. Mr. Technology hooking and flipping over. Flipping over. They are out of the race. Let's see one more time in slow-mo. Mr. Technology having a little bit of problem there. Hooking. Cannot get out of it. And finally flips over. And is out of the race. Mr. Technology with Will Smith, Doug Savory, and Ron Poley aboard. B88 Obsession completing the turn, as you can see. Let's see it now in real motion, real time, one more time. And there you see Mr. Technology hooking and flipping. It's all over. B88 Obsession still in the race with Harry Turner, Mike Fiore, and Bob Bowman. We'll get back to Mr. Technology and the crew members in just a moment. Right now it's S4 Torco, a 28-foot Douglas skater powered by two 200 Mercury outboards. Drivers Tom Stagliano from Huntington Beach, California. Throttle man David Thomas, also from Huntington Beach, California. And we've just heard over the radio that the crew members of Mr. Technology are fine. They are okay. The boat flipped over. They got out okay. There on the outside is Great Lakes Caster. Great Lakes Caster on the outside. On the inside, it's Torco S4. Great Lakes Caster, 33-foot fountain. Mr. David Thomas is the owner of Choices Racing Apparel, where you can get racing jackets and other uniforms for racing. David Thomas supplies a lot of the racing outfits for the Offshore Powerboat racers for the 1995 racing season. A fine company. He does a great job, Mr. David Thomas, owner of Torco and Choices Racing Apparel. Torco took a third place in Wednesday's race. Still has a good chance for the World Championship here in S-Class. Team Exciter at A-Boat on the inside. Looking upfield, Great Lakes Caster. Great Lakes Caster, B96. 33-foot fountain powered by two 600-horsepower Chevy inboards with Mercruiser drives. Jeff Haylett and Doug Pompma aboard Great Lakes Caster. Sponsors include Great Lakes Caster, also Haylett Signs, Graphics Precision Instruments, by Laborsi Marine, Tiger Fiberglass, the Sportsman Bar and Grill, Fishtail Marina, Kais Jewelry, Dameron Truck Sales, National Car Rental, Assembly Service, Southeast Harley Davidson in Cleveland, Ohio, Fremont Auto Parts, and R&F Automotive. Some of the sponsors for Great Lakes Caster, B96, Jeff Haylett and Doug Pompma aboard this 33-foot fountain. There's Harris 777 on the outside. Harris on the inside. Great Lakes Caster. Overcast day here in Key West. Nice throttling job, a little rocking and rolling there. Throttling by Doug Pompma. Bumpy waters here in Key West. Harris on the outside. Harris 777 coming up. Nice handling job there, Jeff Haylett and Doug Pompma. Harris 777 looking downfield. Harris is a 34-foot suppin. Harris a 34-foot suppin powered by two 700-horsepower Innovation inboards with Mercruiser drive. The driver Max Seelig, throttleman Jason Seelig, navigator Jeff Seelig. They're all from Atlantic City. Harris 777 is currently a three-time national champion, unprecedented, and has a real good chance of getting the World Championship here in Key West. Came in first place on Wednesday and right now is right up there. Real good chance to get this World Championship here in Key West. It's Harris 777 with Jason, Mack, and Jeff Seelig. Powered by two 700-horsepower Innovation inboards. On the inside, it's B9 Magic Potion, a 34-foot Magic. Magic Potion, Harris on the outside. Magic is powered by two 550 horsepower Chevy Teague inboards. Driver Rob Stroley, navigator Steve Ingram, and throttle man Bob Teague. They're all from California. Magic Potion on the inside, Harris on the outside. Harris a 34-foot suppin, 34 Magic on the inside. Magic Potion, B9 Magic Potion, and C1 Harris. Rob Stroley, Steve Ingram, and Bob Teague. Looking downfield, that was Harris, 777. Magic Potion moving slightly away. 13 B-boats currently running right now in this race. 10 were not at the green flag. This is an example of some of the damage that was sustained in Wednesday's race. A lot of attrition. Magic Potion, though, right in there. 34-foot Magic. Entering Mallory Square with the spectators, watching ever so closely. Magic Potion. Going through Mallory Square, the thousands of spectators by the Beer House, the Ocean Key, and of course the Hyatt Hotel. Great vantage point to watch the race. Magic Potion going around the turn, and there we see Mr. Technology having sunk along with our onboard camera, but the crew members are okay. Magic Potion going around the turn in Mallory Square. There's Mr. Technology. Also coming around now is Joanna and Instigator. Joanna and Instigator. More boats going around. And now we're going to go with Joanna, B28, a 38-foot fountain powered by two 600-horsepower Troy Dennis inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Bruce Sperling, from Palos Heights, Illinois. Navigators, Craig Lapine from Portage, Michigan. Throttleman Donald Cooper from Orland Park, Illinois. Joanna, B28. The Joanna Racing Team would like to thank the crew, Butch, Tony Emilio, James, and also Gary, who was unable to make it down to Key West. This boat is rigged by Mr. Art Lilly. Thanks to sponsors Oasis Whirlpool in St. Charles, Illinois, and Autometer. This is their first race since Don Cooper was burned from a gasoline explosion on the boat in July of 1995. Welcome back, Don. Joanna Racing Team, B28, 38-foot fountain. Joanna Racing Team right up there in the top of the pack in B class. On Wednesday, though, it was out of the race pretty early because of a steering problem. B28, Joanna. Bruce Sperling, Craig Lapine, and Donald Cooper. Nice throttling job there by Donald Cooper, Orland Park, Illinois. Special thanks to Mr. Art Lilly for rigging and maintaining this boat. Art Lilly from Indian Landing Marina. Doing a fine job of making it possible to get this boat here and race as well as it's been doing so far. Top of the pack in B class. B87 Gulf wins Velocity, a 39-foot Velocity. Powered by two 550-horsepower flagship marine engines with Mercruiser Bravo drives. The driver, Pepper Ernst from DeLand, Florida. Navigator Kevin Brown. Throttleman Steve Kildall. B87 Gulf wins Velocity. Going around the turn. Pepper Ernst, Kevin Brown, and Steve Kildall. Special thanks to Flagship Marine, Velocity Powerboats, and Creek Marine for rigging the boat so quickly. Also special thanks to DeLand Honda, Roar's Marine Shop, Corporate Travel Desk, and Sunlink Sales and Leasing for their support in the effort to make this project a reality. As owner, the Performance Motorsports team would like to thank the crew members, their families, and the sponsors. An extra big thank you should go out to the families who gave up all those late nights and lost weekends over the past 2 months. Without their support and understanding, this boat would have never been ready for Key West. Gulf wins Velocity, B87. Top of the pack in B. Pepper Ernst, Kevin Brown, and Steve Kildall doing a fine job. Best of luck to Gulf Wins Velocity Racing Team, and you can bet that this racing team will run extremely well in the 1996 racing season. Gulf Wins Velocity, B87, top of the pack in B. Pepper Ernst, Kevin Brown, and Steve Kildall. Instigator, B22. Instigator, a 32-foot activator, powered by two 600-horsepower Chevy inboards with Mercruiser drive. The driver, Joe Sgro. Navigator, Mike Petronio from Brooklyn. Throttleman Peter Meyer from Port Washington, New York. Instigator. Thanks to Kurt Berger of Kurt's Marina for all his help in preparation of the boat. Bandit Racing Engines, S&S Propeller, Pete Holler, crew chief. Mike Cavanaugh and Chris Hassett of May Ready and Transportation. Bob Beal of the crew pilot. Also special thanks to Guy LaMotta of Manhasset Bay Marina and LaMotta's Restaurant in Port Washington. A1 Racing Specialties and Oco Racing Fuels. Roger at Boatcom. Judy, Eileen, and baby Elizabeth for putting up with us. And Harry Turner from the Obsession and crew for all their help before the race. Instigator took a 4th place in Wednesday's race. Now, he still have a good chance at the World Championship here today. 13 boats entered in B class. Anything can happen. Instigator entering Mallory Square. Joe Sgro, Mike Petronio, and Peter Meyer aboard this 32-foot activator. Many spectators, as you can see. This is the 1995 Key West World Championships, the second leg. The A, B, C, and S boats racing for their second time. Instigator passing American International on the inside. Instigator. B7 Southwest Securities, a 33-foot fountain powered by two 550-horsepower Troy Denison boats with Mercruiser drive. The driver, Glenn Gibson from Fort Worth, Texas. The navigator today, Mr. Jim Lilly, the brother of Art Lilly. Throttleman Jamie Coates, he's from Dallas, Texas. Southwest Securities B7, they took an 8th place in Wednesday's race. 8th place out of 23 ain't bad. Excellent run for Southwest Securities. Special thanks to Mr. Troy Dennis, also to Art Lilly over at Indian Landing Marine and all the staff there for making this boat competitive and making it do as well as it's doing right now. Southwest Securities B7, 33-foot fountain. Southwest Securities, a regional brokerage firm based in Dallas, Texas, with branches throughout the Southwest. The race team would also like to thank Alex's Barbecue in Tampa, Gibson Associates, Fort Worth, Texas, and as we've mentioned before, Mr. Art Lilly for making the team competitive. American International on the outside, going down, slowing down now. B7, though. Southwest Securities still in the race. Nice throttling job there by Jamie Coates. The driver, Glenn Gibson. Navigator is Mr. Jim Lilly, Art Lilly's brother. The Freeze Frame Video Production Crew would just like to say that we've enjoyed covering Southwest Securities during the 1995 racing season. We wish them the best of luck for the remainder of this race and look forward to covering them next year in the 1996 circuit. Southwest Securities. There's Harris, 777. We believe in first place right now in C-Class. 34-foot SUP and powered by two 700-horsepower Innovation inboards with Merc Cruiser drives. The driver, Max Seelig, Throttle Jason Seelig. Navigator, Jeff Seelig. They're all from Atlantic City. Harris, 777. They took a first place Wednesday, so they have a real good chance of becoming the world champions in C-Class here in Key West. Now, the Harris racing team defines a professional, experienced, and finely tuned organization that generates enormous exposure for its sponsors. Co-owner Joe Theismann, former quarterback of the Washington Redskins, is now a motivational speaker. He joined the team 4 years ago. Joe wears a Super Bowl ring, and he understands teamwork as well as media exposure. The boat's crew includes Max Seelig, as we said, driver of the year, and his sons, including Jason Seelig, who was throttle man of the year. The team was also named Best Dressed. In 1993, 94, and 95, Harris Ensemble won 3 straight national championships, unprecedented in any class of the American Powerboat Racing Association. Harris 777 in first place in C and moving closer and closer to the World Championship. In 1995, the team did not lose a race. In fact, they won 10 of the last 11 races. The very best of luck to the Harris racing team in their quest for the World Championship. C77, Sierra Klotz in third place in C-Class. Sierra, beautiful jump there. 28-foot Douglas skater, powered by two 2.5 EFIs. On Wednesday, it took a third place and is currently in third right now. The driver, Dennis Berry from Laurel, Illinois. Throttleman Charlie Schaefer from Carlisle, Illinois. Sierra Klotz, C77. Sponsors, of course, include Sierra and Klotz Oil. Sierra is the clear leader in the parts business, featuring the best warranty covering both parts and labor. If you want your boat to go, insist on Sierra quality products. A lot of attrition in C-Class. We believe that 7 started, but now Sudden Impact, Oprah's Intense, Courageous Cat, and American International are out. Harris, Sierra, and No Mercy, the only boats remaining in C-Class in this race. Sierra, C-77, currently in 3rd place. Took a 2nd in U.S. Offshore National Points, a 3rd in the Central Division U.S. Offshore, a 3rd in the Northeast Points, and a 4th in the Prop Series for 1995. Sierra Klotz, C-77. Sierra Klotz, 28-foot Douglas skater, powered by 2.5 EFIs. Dennis Berry and Charlie Schaefer from Illinois doing a fine job. Moving into 2nd or 3rd place. In the distance at C30, No Mercy. 30-foot Formula powered by 600 horsepower Blue Thunder engines with Merc Cruiser drives. The driver, Craig Kondravi, Fellowman Joe Agnon from Pompano, Florida. Joe's also the owner of No Mercy, C30. Took a 2nd place Wednesday and doing very, very well right now. Currently in 2nd place in C. No Mercy sponsors include Blue Thunder Engines, Marine Drive Service, computerized lettering, Gator Upholstery, Marine Toy Mender, Fairfax Motel, Agnon Performance, and also a Marina One. Joe Agnon is dedicating this race to his mom, Catherine Agnon. No Mercy, C30, currently in 2nd place. Looks like could take a 2nd place here in the Worlds. No Mercy. Joe Agnon and Craig Kondravi aboard. No Mercy is the only Formula boat in this race. The boat is a national champion for 1995 in the SBR High Points. Also took a 3rd place in the Oprah for 1995, the Oprah Gold Cup in C-Class. Special thanks to Joe DeBellis, the crew chief, and special thanks to the Nightmare Racing Team. No Mercy, C30. Currently in 2nd place here at the World Championships in Key West. Very best of luck to the No Mercy Racing Team for the remainder of this race. .30-foot Formula. Going into Mallory Square, No Mercy. Many spectators in the background. There you see Mr. Technology, which flipped over and sunk. But fortunately, the crew members are out okay. No major problems, except, of course, our camera never got out. And now you see the A start. 28 boats had entered in all, but 10 or more did not show at roll call this morning, so we're left with about 18 A boats. Lots of attrition. Here we go for the start of the A. It's a short race, only 30 miles. They're only going 3 laps, 10 miles per lap. That's it. They're in there. It's a green flag, and the leaders are off. They're out there. Pure Energy, Argent Marine, Team Progression, and Final Notice. Those are your leaders in the early moments of this A start here at the 1995 World Championships in Key West. But we're going to go with Team Progression. Team Progression, 27-foot progression, powered by one 620-horsepower Chevy inboard. The driver, Walter Piasecki. He's from Brick, New Jersey. Throttleman is Scott Hodem from Brick, New Jersey as well. 18 boats in this race right now. We're about 10 short from what we had Wednesday in Wednesday's race because of the damage that a lot of boats sustained during Wednesday's racing. Team Progression. Progression Industries' 12-year history builds this 27-foot boat. All Progression boats are vacuum bagged, constructed with 100% balsa core with AME 4000, and backed with a full 10-year hull warranty. Progression Industries. Now, Team Progression took a first place in Oswego, first in Barnegat Bay earlier this year. They were in first place in the Northeast standings for U.S. Offshore, as well as in the second place in the national point standings for U.S. Offshore. Team Progression. Walter Piasecki and Scott Hodem doing a fine job aboard this 27-foot Progression. Now we look up to the leaders here in A-class. There we see La Baby Argentina on the outside, just in front of Team Progression. Moving up to La Baby Argentina, 36-foot FB design, powered by one 650-horsepower Innovation inboard with a Trimax drive. The driver, Daniel Scioli from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Throttleman, Fabio Buzzi from Annone, Italy. La Baby Argentina took a first place Wednesday, and right now is right up there, top of the pack. Good chance for a world championship for La Baby Argentina. 8-4. Unusual looking boat. It's an FB design, a 36-footer. A68 Power Play, a 28-foot Power Play. It's driven by Mark Castle, owned and throttled by Pat Sullivan. Both are from Pompano Beach, Florida. This boat has excelled to the front of the pack this season. This was its first full racing season. The boat is a 28-foot Power Play utilizing a Performance Marine 700-horsepower racing engine coupled to a Mercruiser Speedmaster outdrive. Now, making this possible are some sponsors, including Alex Sports Jeans, Rick Mann Construction, Ledge Enterprises, Speedmasters Inc., and Rick's Bar of Key West. And also, let's not forget the crew of Mark Sullivan, Joe Perella, Jim McCulloch, and Steve Castle, who helped make this season a successful one. There on the outside is La Grande Argentina. On the outside.